I'm holding my phone right now, and it's on speakerphone because a very good friend of mine, close family friend for 30-something years, she's in Las Vegas, and right now she is currently going through pancreatic cancer treatment. And so I told her that she would always be with me, and that the day would come that she would stand on stage with me as a overcomer. And she's overcoming right now as a survivor. So her name is Gail. Everybody say hello, Gail. Hi, Gail. So let me turn it. Okay. Let me start this off by saying thank you. Thank you to each and every last caretaker that is here today. Raise your hands. All the caretakers, all the family members. Everyone who is participating as far as committee members, please raise your hand. No matter what you do, please raise your hand. Let me say on behalf of all of us who are survivors, thank you very much. There is no way in the world that we could have made it to another birthday without each and every last one of you. I'm sorry, it's big enough, okay. Without you, we needed you. And please understand that not only we need you then, but we need you now, and we will need you in the future. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart from each and every last one of the other survivors. Okay, now, what is my story? Let me just first say that my story isn't any more spectacular than anybody else's story. It's just that I was picked at this time, at this moment, on this day, to stand before you and tell you about what happened with me. 2006, I was diagnosed with bladder cancer. Went to the hospital one night, was having back pain, and got there, and I just thought as a nurse that it was something simple. I had a kidney infection, and I'd be fine. Well, an X-ray later, a CT scan later, and another trip back to the doctor, and a trip to the urologist, I found out I had bladder cancer. It's like, oh, well, like the rest of you, when I heard that word cancer, I was like a deer in the headlights. Like, what? What are you talking about? It did paralyze me for a minute. Went through my treatment. Treatment was fine. Had surgery. That was fine. And recovered. Came back. Went to treatment again. Okay. Was clear. All of a sudden, routine blood work, as all of you know, we had to do from time to time. And I found out I had leukemia. And that one, kind of got me. I was like, oh my God, leukemia? Okay. If I make it through that, I'll make it through this. And so, once again, I did treatment. Started treatment. And until I finally was diagnosed, finally I found out that I was in remission. So, I was happy. I was elegantly happy and well glad, like most of you who found out that they're in remission. My treatment was difficult, like the rest of you, like your treatment, the nausea, the losing weight, the not being hungry, the pain, and even the pain that we suffer from friends who we no longer talk to. We didn't know what to say to us anymore. From family members who were upset and they just couldn't handle it, the emotional toll, that it took on people around us. And that's one of the reasons why I say to the caretakers, thank you very much, because there is a loss, family, friends, even sometimes coworkers, even people who, when they find out that you got this diagnosis, even today, that stigma, almost as if they can catch it. So, once again, thank you to all the caretakers. But anyway, so how did I get through this? Well, I'm a Christian. And I'm proud to stand up today and say that I'm a Christian and I'm not ashamed of Jesus Christ. But I had hope that I would get through it. It wasn't so much that I believed that the medications would work. It wasn't so much that I believed that what the doctors were going to do was going to work. But I believed in Christ. I believed that, that there was a place that I started with him, and there was a place where I was going to finish with him. I believed that my healing was in him, and I believed that one day that I would not be a victim of cancer, but I would be victorious over cancer, just like the rest of you. We are not victims. We are victors. Our stories are not tragic. There are stories of triumph. We're not, cowards, but we are courageous. And that to me is what I knew that I was going to be. At the end of my life, and when everything had been written, and that little small bitty chapter about cancer, when it was going to be written, it was going to say that he triumphed over it, that he was a victor, that he was courageous when he faced it. Like all of you, cancer made the terrible mistake of coming to visit me. You know, it made a very terrible mistake when it decided it was going to knock on my door. You know, it made a terrible mistake when it said, you know what, I think I'm going to camp out here for a little while. I was like, you know what, you can do that, but I'm going to kick your butt. You know, it took away some things, but it didn't take away my hope. You know, it took away, other things, but it didn't take away my faith. You know, it took away some friends, but it didn't take away my courage. You know, there were times when I thought that I was going to be lonely, but I always looked to him. And I always knew that as long as I had him, then I had everything that I needed. You know, everything that I needed. It wasn't a day that went by, that I didn't know what I was facing. But I did not let it, keep me from being who I was. It took away my curly locks and, they went all the way down to here. It took that away from me. But I realized that who I was, it was never going to take away Maurice Harper, the father. Maurice Harper, the friend. Maurice Harper, the brother. Maurice Harper, the son. I was always going to be those things no matter what. No matter how much weight I lost, I was still going to be me. No matter how many friends I lost, I was going to be me. No matter what I could not do anymore, I still was going to be me. And I'm still here. And that is the one thing that I can say about all of us, that we're still here. When the world looks at us, that is the one thing that they have to say. They have to acknowledge that in spite of cancer, in spite of everything we've gone through, we are still here. And that is... we celebrate birthdays, and of course, we sometimes we forget, the significance of our birthdays until something challenges it, until something says, okay, you made it last year, but guess what? I'm here to defeat you and make sure you don't make it to this year. Well, cancer is a lie. Cancer is a lie. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I mean it's a lie when it tells me that I'm not going to make it to my next birthday. I am a fighter. Just like most of you, I'm a fighter. I refuse to lay down. And that's how I made it through. And so I want to encourage all of you. The recipe has not changed. What worked for me may not work for you, but what worked for you is still going to work for you. We have a story. And it's a wonderful story. They may say, we have a story that does not end with a bad ending. We have a story that has a happy ending. And we're going to continue to tell it, as much as we can. We're going to continue to encourage others. And that's what I hope that I'm able to do for you guys here today. That I can encourage you to keep up that good fight. Cancer may be bruising our heels, but we are crushing cancer's head.